I'm going to see, and I want you ladies to do the same thing, what's best for you. May the best man win. Point blank, period.
I literally just posted a video about how when you bring up your concerns to a woman, they don't ever make it about that. They always think you trying to control them or tell them what to do. And this is her response to a man who concerned that she talking to other men. And the only reason he concerned is because he taking her serious. And I can tell you for a fact, when I'm not trying to get with a woman, I don't give a fuck what you doing. I don't care who you talking to. So it's real interesting how on top of that, every video y'all be making is damn near talking about how men don't care about women. But you actually had the audacity to say, may the best man win. Who the fuck is trying besides the man you making a video about, but clearly ignoring? And this is why we keep saying, y'all don't want good men. Y'all want bad men to treat y'all good. And that's okay. If y'all want to be delusional, be delusional. But why y'all keep talking about this love bullshit? Why y'all keep talking about good men and how they don't exist? Y'all don't know nothing about that shit. That's the only irritating thing. Because y'all be saying some hateful and hurtful shit. Because of the dumb shit y'all got going on in y'all head. May the best men win. They them all, sis, is what they saying. Yeah, no wonder why y'all getting the results y'all getting. And don't want to take accountability for shit. It's fucking ridiculous. Subscribe to my YouTube, Planet Reality.
This was per request. Why does he ignore me? Actually, the request was, why does my provider man ignore me? But I'm just going to put it in general. Why men ignore women. Okay? So, why do men ignore women? Why do they ignore me? They say they love me, they pay for stuff, they give me money, but then they ignore me. They're not ignoring you. Okay, let me say that again for the people in the back. They are not ignoring you. They're living life. You are sitting there waiting on them to pay attention to you. You know, that thing called life? They're doing things, working, watching Netflix, taking a shower, sleeping, doing research, eating, visiting family members. Okay? They're not ignoring you. They're busy. Get some business too so you can be busy. If you feel like a man is ignoring you, it's because you don't have a life, darling. And they do. So, time to get a life. Men are not like women unless they are very insecure. Men don't need a lot of attention and presence to feel like they're loved. Okay? They don't need you to be all up under them all the time. They don't need you to know where they are every second of the day. They don't need to be in communication with you 24/7. Okay? That's not what men do. But some strange reason, women feel like they're supposed to be attached at the hip, at the phone, in the mind, and be one person. As soon as they go on date 2 or 3. And that's where y'all mess it up. And, you know, women have this weird thing where when they go on 2 dates, and if that man is not in constant communication as he was or prior to meeting, that something is wrong. No, he done met you. He done ate with you, paid for your food. Now he's either on to the next or busy working, and he'll call you when he feel like it. He's not your man. He ain't your husband. He ain't even your boyfriend. He just took you out and paid for your food and answers questions. But you're emotional over this man now. You're typing in the comments, how come he don't call me or text me? You are having some type of feeling about some dude you just ate dinner with and answered his questions. Okay? So men don't ignore you. They're living their lives, which you should also be too. This is true, right? Then he come back 4 months later. Hey, yeah, he want another date. Pick up where he left off. Okay, and you shouldn't be mad about it because if he forgot about you, but you remember him and the date he didn't call back, and you know all the last message you sent him at A, B, C, and D, you remember, and you done got a voodoo doll and put his name on it. You know y'all doing too much. So, right. How can you get a sugar daddy on Facebook? Well, you need to join some type of Facebook group that has a lot of wealthy men in it. Go find a Facebook group that has wealthy men in it by topic. Some type of club or something. Bentley owners, pilots, something. Thank you, Suad. He ignored me when I started acting like a fool, arguing, asking where we are a couple of what? Asking what we are a couple of what? Trying to understand each word, action, silence. Suad B. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. You're too desperate. You know, if you don't know what you are to that man, and he hasn't given you a title yet, and you asking him what you are to him, what are we, a couple? No. Has he asked you to be his girlfriend? Sprinkle, sprinkle, but we got to be logical, sweetie. We have to be logical. Did he say, will you be my girlfriend? If the answer is no, you're not a couple. Okay? He's not answering you because that hasn't even crossed his mind, obviously. Basically, what he's telling you is you are not worthy of being my girlfriend. I don't want to claim you. I am not going to say anything because I'm going to let you think whatever you're thinking. Because obviously you like me more than I like you. So I'm going to let that build. Okay, that's exactly what that man is thinking right there. If I have to ask you what we are, it's going to be from a distance on the phone while I'm on a date with somebody else. Because you calling me, bugging me on my date. Okay? So we shouldn't be asking men, what are we? If he hadn't asked you to be his woman, his girlfriend, whatever, then that's what you are. Someone he's dating. And dating doesn't mean commitment. It just means I take you out to eat and do some stuff every now and then. That's all it means. To him, anyway. And try to get you in a bed before I make a commitment if you're dumb enough. So, dating for men means I'm going to take you out as many times as I can afford to see how long it's going to take me to sleep with you. And if it takes too long, I might spend some money or I might go get another one. Let's see how smart you are, lady. Okay? And that's the game. So if you're smarter than him, you know what you can do. If he's smarter than you, he knows what he can do. So we're going to be smarter than him, right? 1025. Thank you.
40 years, women have told men to leave them alone. Don't approach me, you creep, they would all say. And it turns out if you keep telling men to stay away from you, they will. Modern women are going on TikTok to whine about men not approaching them. Back in the day, it was simple. A guy saw a pretty woman, walked up to her and said hi. Of course, women called that predatory and patriarchy, and now everything's messed up. Men not approaching women anymore.
Modern women have lately discovered a terrifying new phenomenon: men ignoring them. Yes, the same men who used to slide into DMs like penguins on buttered ice are now suddenly focusing on themselves, which is apparently the rudest thing a man can do since wearing socks and sandals. Truly, society may never recover.
Can somebody please explain to me why it's so common that a man will be pursuing a woman or saying that he's interested in her or she's wifey and will be like actively pursuing a woman and not want to know a single thing about her, not ask her any questions about her childhood, her favorite things, her music, what she loves, the thoughts in her head? I don't understand why it's such a common thing that a man will be pursuing a woman and not want to know a single thing about her. Like when I like someone, I want to know everything about them. I'm interested in them. I'm interested in how their mind works and what they're into, their past, their traumas, like everything. I want to know everything. Why is it so common that a man will not want to know, not ask any questions? My best friend just got home from a massive trip and a guy that's heavily pursuing her picked her up, didn't even ask her how her holiday was or anything about her holiday. A prime example. What is that? It's weird. It's so weird.
For the longest time, I fell for the propaganda that if a guy makes you anxious or makes you overthink, that he's the problem, or like he's not the one for you. Yeah, so it turns out I think actually I am the problem. Now don't get it twisted. I think there are many situations that exist that are completely valid reasons for why a guy would make you feel anxious or give you butterflies all the time. But when I'm speaking for myself here, and again, all I can speak for is myself, majority of the anxiety that I have ever experienced when it came to having a man's presence in my life actually boiled down to undiagnosed OCD, specifically OCD in the form of rumination and spiraling thoughts. And when I learned this, I was like, I still don't have words, because I'm like, this makes so much sense as to why I always just became so obsessed with a guy every time he was in my life. Because when you have the kind of OCD that I have, perfectionist OCD, you not only feel like you have to be a perfectionist about yourself, but you also feel like you have to become perfect for someone else.
Honestly, if he wanted to ignore her faster, he'd have to hire a professional ghostwriter. It's not that women are upset. No, they're just curious why Kevin, who once replied WD 17 times in one afternoon, now meditates, lifts weights, and drinks lemon water instead of refreshing her Instagram stories. This is emotional betrayal at its finest. How dare he choose inner peace over chaos? Somewhere, a notification bubble cried itself to sleep.
Why does this type of guy seem to ignore women? I'm gonna tell you why in this video. Let's get into it. Number one, they know their value. They value their time and attention, and they're not going to use it to inflate a woman's ego. They're goal-driven. They are too busy chasing purpose to be chasing women. This type of guy does not need to be in a relationship. Trust me, he's good being alone. So he's not desperate to fill up the space with a woman. He's calculated. He's strategic. And he probably knows the woman that he's interested in. A lot of guys want her too, and are probably giving her a whole lot of attention. And he ain't going to be like everybody else, which is going to make her wonder. This man does have a busy life. He has incredibly high standards for the women that he decides to pursue. So if he does decide to pursue you, he made a calculated decision to do so. Remember, just like she got options, he got options too. Because he's confident and he's secure in himself. He doesn't need the validation of a woman's interests. He knows his value and he knows his worth.
I hate when I think a man's good looking and then I look at him and then he doesn't approach me. Like, did you not see me just look right at you? Like, that was your sign. Like, that was me shooting my shot. Like, I looked right at you. Like, I looked away pretty quickly. Like, it was kind of one of these, ooh, you know? But, like, that was your sign.
I need a name for the opposite of being friend-zoned because I am so exhausted of having this experience where I think I've made a genuine guy friend. We're laughing, we're having a good time, we're bonding over mutual interests. It just feels very wholesome and fun. And then they say something suggestive. And then I have to either A, not reciprocate, or B, set a boundary, and then they just stop talking to me. And this can happen in any like phase of a relationship. Either you've just met or you've known each other for a little bit. And it's so dehumanizing because it's very clear then that I was only seen as a romantic or sexual prospect and not as like a person. If you have a name suggestion for this awful experience, put them down below. Feel free to share your experiences because I would love to have just a bonding moment with people who have also gone through this.
Meanwhile, group chats have become war rooms. He hasn't texted me in 2 days. One says, he's probably dead. Another concludes. No one considers the possibility that he simply got busy. Or worse, decided to read a book. Women can't compete with hardcover self-improvement. The only mystery deeper than his silence is why his last selfie had 400 filters.
Guys get friend-zoned, but girls get fuck-zoned. A boy stops talking to us suddenly after he gets a girlfriend, or starts ghosting us after we reject his first move. A friendship that we valued, we thought mattered, if only just a little to him, turned out not to matter at all. But in the end, we're the bad guys. We're the ones who lead the good guys on. Of course. We should just expect that's what you always want. We should just expect that friendship is never as valuable as a twist of our hand. They got friend-zoned. They only lost another girl, another rejection. But we lost a friend, someone we thought was worth more. We lost a friend.
Accountability, affection, attention, withholding attention. Women think men are ignoring them. because we're really good at ignoring you. It's why I think if women really want to become masterful in interacting with men, they should study video games. Yeah, video games are perfectly set up for what the committed, productive mind needs. And probably didn't expect me to say video games. Yeah, I can do this briefly. You get to be whoever you want to be, right? Pick your avatar. Any move you make, you get points. Any effort, you get points. Bigger risks, bigger points. Take a big risk, fall off a cliff. You don't have to go without sex for 2 weeks. You push the reset button. Try again, do better. What didn't I see? What didn't I notice? Do better, do better, do better. And then, important for women who want a boyfriend or to get married, the video game never makes you go to the next level. You can play the same level for decades. It'll never say, what are you, a commitment phobe? You don't want to go next level of this video game, the Uber challenge? Always choice, always choice, always choice. Video game doesn't punish you. Video game doesn't tell you what an idiot you are. Video game doesn't say you're just like your father. They're perfect. Video games are perfect. We have so much to learn from them.
Of course, men aren't really ignoring women. They're just tired of being compared to fictional billionaires with jawlines sharp enough to slice avocados. Reality cannot compete with a guy named Damon Night Shadow who owns 3 companies and casually fights crime.
Why is being a big girl in a friend group on a night out such an exhausting experience? I went out last night with my friend, and all of my friends are 10 out of 10s, which I love for them and I love for me also. And it was so alarming to me how many men would come up to my friend trying to holler at her and completely ignore me. And this is not a new experience. Like, I've experienced this multiple times, but it just alarmed me because I don't be going out like that. And I'm like, wow, people are still acting like this? Like, really? In 2024, the year of our Lord? And it's such an interesting tactic because I don't need you to entertain me. A simple hello introduction is fine, but completely ignoring my existence is just very odd to me. And it's a very interesting approach. It's do you think this is getting you brownie points with my friend? What? Because if it was me and you completely ignored one of my friends, it's a wrap. I'm never speaking to you. But when guys do that, I hold a grudge for life. Even if this goes somewhere, I will never acknowledge your existence in my entire life. I will stand on business till I die and never speak to you again. You couldn't speak to me at first jump. I will never speak to you again, truly. And I'm so glad that I have done work to just become more secure in myself, because I know I looked good as hell last night. Nobody can tell me otherwise, but I know back in the day, that would not have been the case. I would have felt so insecure. I would have felt so down about myself and been oh my God, what does this mean? It doesn't mean anything. It just means that people are fucking assholes. And I just hate that this is an experience that so many of us have to go through just because we are not what people are attracted to. It's weird. Honestly, it's odd. But what can we do?
Modern dating apps have officially become fanfiction with profile pictures. If perfection were real, it would have already unmatched you for breathing weird.
You ever notice how a woman always says, yeah, I want a nice guy. But the moment she actually gets one, she loses interest, or she just says that it's boring, or they just quite frankly just friend zone him. All right, here's the truth, right? And this is what a lot of, women won't tell you this because, right, sometimes they don't even know what they want to eat for lunch, right? But hey, we're not even going to get into that. I mean, do they even know what they actually want? I'm just saying. I'm asking a logical question, right? Don't get mad at me in the comments. I digress. But anyways, this is what I was about to say. You have to watch what women do, not what they say. I'm going to say that again. You have to pay attention to what they respond to, not what they say they will respond to. What she wants, and this is true in most cases, right? If you look at all the relationships, right, that women have been through, and they come out of those relationships and they say, oh, I broke up with him because of this. I broke up with him because of that. If you actually look at and you analyze the relationship, right, what she says she wants versus what she's actually attracted to are 2 completely different things. And this always happens. It never ceases to happen. She says she wants a man who's sweet, listens, treats her right. A man who's making 6 figures but always available. But then you look at the guys that she's actually attracted to, the guys that she's actually drawn to. Those are guys who are focused, and they don't even give her the time of day, right? She's double texting them. They don't even, they respond every 3 hours. Literally, this happens every single day, and it's happening right now. And a lot of people say, oh, it's because women hate nice men. I don't think they hate nice men. It's just that women just are not inclined to respect a man that they could just emotionally control. They just don't respect a guy that they can emotionally manipulate. I'll give you a quick example. Other than people like Lily Phillips and, what's that other girl's name? The girl who smashed 1,000. I forgot her name, right? Lily Phillips and that other girl, Bonnie Blue. There we go. If you ask these girls in the OF industry or in the corn industry if they would actually date one of their subscribers, people who pay $9.99 or $3.99 to see their butthole, or they for JJ's every single month for $3.99 or $9.99, if you ask those ladies if they would date any of their subscribers, they'll probably tell you no. And they'll probably frame it as, oh, he might be a creep, which is a valid excuse, right? Because I think you are a creep for, or a weirdo for subscribing to OnlyFans. But hey, that's just my opinion. But what it actually is that these women do not respect these guys, because how can you call yourself a man but you subscribe to see, you pay a woman to see them naked? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, women are not inclined, they're just not drawn to those guys. Because, and like I said, women won't tell you this, but they fall for the guy who they cannot control. They just don't fall for the guy who's nicest to them. They fall for the guy who they cannot emotionally manipulate and the guy who they cannot emotionally control. That's just what it is. And you can look at the stats and the data to back it up.
At the end of the day, it's all ridiculous. Men pretend to ignore women. Women pretend not to care. And everyone ends up watching TikToks alone at 2 a.m. pretending they're emotionally stable. It's a circle of life, just with more emojis and less maturity. Love may be dead, but at least memes are eternal.
Most women might not even realize that they're pushing their man away until it's too late, until he's gone. Here's how you notice. It's not always cheating that drives men out. It's disrespect, constant negativity, emasculinizing him, belittling him, and making him feel like no matter what he does, it's never enough. When men feel drained instead of inspired, they don't explode. They retreat. They stop opening up. They stop putting in effort. They stop fighting for the relationship. And then the women play the victim, acting blindsided when he finally leaves. But the truth is, you created an environment where he couldn't thrive, where his presence felt like a burden instead of a blessing. And men will not stay where they feel unvalued, unseen, unappreciated. So if your man is pulling away, stop pointing the finger at him and look in the mirror. You might be the reason. Respect him, admire him, build him up instead of tearing him down, because the moment he realizes peace exists without you, he'll never come back. And that's a hard truth most women don't want to hear.
What happens when you ignore women? Bro, if you ignore a female, bro, watch how she chases after you, bro. This makes her go crazy over you, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. When I was doing the opposite and I wasn't ignoring women, bro, she was not nearly attracted to me than when I started ignoring her, when I stopped picking up her phone calls, when I stopped texting her back so quickly, when I just put my phone on D&D and just went ghost on her, bro. When you ignore females, dog, it makes them go crazy. My boy, I'm telling you right now, when you ignore a female, try it out right now. I guarantee you, you ignore the female that you talking to right now, bro, and watch how she reacts. These females are so used to getting attention from these niggas each and every day. But the nigga that ignore her, the nigga that she really want, ignores her, bro, it's gonna make her go head over heels. She probably gonna wanna jump off a cliff after this shit. I'm telling y'all boys, bro, these women do not like being ignored.